Welcome back, everyone, to another anti-MLM. Best Halloween costume ever. Get some doTerra pamphlets and ask them if they want to hear about your business opportunity. So this one comes from r/legal advice. My professor is offering extra credit to anyone who buys her MLM products. What can I do about this? I'm an undergraduate student at a school in Massachusetts, and I'm taking a creative writing class. My professor is a really weird, new age kind of professor. And at the beginning of every class, she puts out an essential oil diffuser saying that studies show that essential oils improve brain function, which I think is just a giant lie. Plus the smells give me a headache. She then lets us know that if we really like the essential oils, that we could just buy them from her, which I thought was weird, but whatever. But then it got real. When we had our first essay due, and a lot of people, including me, got some really crappy grades on them. I got a C-. But then, the professor talked about how any student who purchased a $50 order of essential oils through her and doTerra would get 20 bonus points added to that grade. Everyone was pretty pissed at that grade. Is this legal? I initially thought that maybe the professor gave everyone a slightly lower grade, just so that she could give that offer by boosting everyone's points. But if you were to go back and look at the paragraph that I just read, there's so many punctuation errors and grammatical errors that, yeah, C- seems pretty about right. So, 20 days later, there's an update from the original poster about what happened to this. I didn't expect my last post to blow up this much, and also to get flooded with hundreds of DMs to know what happened afterwards. I also didn't expect a bunch of random media organizations to ask me for an interview over DMs. Apparently, MLMs make for good news stories. If you're a news or media organization, I don't want to share my story with you, so you can just stop asking. So it turns out that I really didn't have to do anything, because some of the other students beat me to it. I sent the department head an email, but they told me that they were already dealing with it. When I went to the next class session, the professor wasn't there, but instead it was the department head and one of the deans for students. This dean is a badass, awesome dean, by the way. All the students love this dean. They wanted to talk about ethical misconduct allegations in the class, and we spilled the beans about the weird things she had been doing with the doTerra stuff. After we complained for 20 minutes straight, the dean said, I counted about 5 reasons to fire this professor, and each one is enough of a reason alone to fire her. They thanked us and dismissed us from class and told us to keep an eye on our emails to know what happened next. We got to go early, yay! So she offered to increase grades if her students purchased an unrelated product that put money back into her pocket, is breaking a couple of laws, including the exposure to chemicals that might cause serious problems with the disability compliance. She also currently has a class average at a D+ in the course. This I didn't know. Broke the school's ethic rules, and is also using the college's printing studio meant for printing out readings for students to print out doTerra pamphlets. This I also didn't know. The dean looked a little exasperated and disbelief at this point, and wasn't really trying to keep this down, I think. Anyways, class was cancelled for a week, and then we got one of the senior professors to cover for the class. All the previous grades we got from the crazy professor was removed, and we've been just doing an easy assignments, and class is super easy now. I don't think they want to antagonize us any further. For the most part, it seems like they're just giving us A's for completion of the assignments. So this is looking like to be the easiest A I'm ever going to get. I heard, though, through the grapevine, that the professor got fired, and also lost a teaching fellowship grant or something. One of my friends in the class told me that the doTerra professor was fired in the department head's office and stormed out of the office, but before she stormed out, she dumped hundreds of her doTerra pamphlets from her bag onto the office's floor, along with a few testing samples of the oils, one of which shattered and spread peppermint oils all over the office. My friend apparently helped them clean out the mess since they came in for office hours. I can confirm the office still smells like peppermint. Thank you everyone for the advice, even though it turned out I didn't need to do it. I'm a little torn on this story, mainly because I don't think a college professor would really think that they're going to be able to get away with doing something like this, unless that they're actually trying to find a way to get fired. But on the other hand, it's a creative writing teacher, hippie-ish person that does doTerra. So it does sound crazy enough for someone like that to do something like this, doesn't it? But let's just assume that the story is true. Well, I would... Obviously, the teacher trying to trade or sell grades for doTerra stuff, that's... the obvious statement is obvious. That's bad. But what I think is also bad, that I don't think a lot of people focus on this, is that these students now, they went into this creative writing course, may have been a prerequisite for a different class, but some people are probably taking this course to try to advance their creative writing skills. And now they have these professors basically taking over the class halfway through the semester and giving A's on everyone's assignments, as long as they do it. I would be kind of mad if I was going into that course trying to go into creative writing, like you want to be an author or something like that. Because you might actually learn something from this class by taking it from a normal professor. But like when I went to school, I did the math and it was about $20 a class for me to go. Like $20 per class per day. And like if I was going to this class where I was just going to get an easy A and I paid for it, where I was trying to learn some creative writing skills, I would be ticked off at that too. But in any event, who knows? It is a creative writing professor and a creative writing student, so this could just be one of their assignments and they're pulling the wool over all of our eyes. But anyway, it's fun to think about, isn't it? It's hilarious to lie to your husband about finances. When your husband says you can't buy any more makeup, just check the box that says, "Do you need an alibi in your package?" in the form of "Congratulations on winning this item." Subtotal $53.94. Shipping and taxes, discounts, blah 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 blah. I love this post so much because in order to have a checkbox like that, someone had to have been told, like, hey, wouldn't it be great if we had it so we could lie to our husbands when we buy your product? Because our husbands are getting mad at us for buying all this crap. But now if you say congratulations on winning this item, you'll pull the wool over his eyes and we can buy so much makeup. I see no flaw in this plan whatsoever. I mean, who knows? Her husband could be a complete idiot. "Martha, it's like the 7th time you won this makeup package. You must be really lucky." Hey girl, I know this is super random, but I think you're stunning and would be perfect in joining my business. How would you like to pick your own hours and make big money, getting paid to shove cocaine up your bum and smuggle it across international borders? Hey, at least with that business proposition, you at least know up front that you're going to take it up the butt. Thieves is more powerful than bleach. How can you successfully get rid of a moldy smell coming out of the kitchen sink drain? I've tried baking soda, vinegar, and boiling water. How about bleach? Young Living Thieves is more powerful on mold than bleach and is non-toxic. Also, oregano EO is, so I would try cleaning with a thieves cleaner and maybe adding a few drops of the oregano EO. Oregano doesn't smell as good, but the thief smells amazing. Message me if you're interested. I just find it kind of funny that they unironically named this product Thieves. But in any event, I know you're not supposed to use bleach to try to kill mold on porous surfaces because that could actually help spread the mold. But by dumping it down a drain, I don't know. It sounds like it might work because, I mean, a drain's a metal surface. It's not really porous, but I mean, even if it isn't mold, it could be bacteria growth or something like that, and that will kill it. So try bleach, I don't know. Someone at my school doing the Lord's work. Great pay. Hey students, need a weekend job from Vector? This is an MLM scam. When I was going to school, like, they would have college message boards and stuff like that that people would post different things on. And I would look at it because, you know, you never know what you're going to find on there. And you would see these posts like, hey, you want to make $1,000 a week from home? Or like, do you want to work on your hours? It's like, that seems too good to be true. I didn't know what an MLM was at the time. Like, I knew of like Avon and stuff like that, but I had no idea about what an MLM was. And this was like, I don't know, like 10 years ago when I'd cruise those message boards and just be like, what are people trying to sell? And then I would see like, hey, a job offer that sounds too good to be true. Yeah, Seems legit. Thank you again for joining me on another Reddit story thing. Anti-MLM. So, we're getting a few more days until we get to Spooktober. Spooktober? Scarytober. October. Halloween season. Anyway, it's my favorite time of year. And I thought, you know what I'm going to try doing? I'm going to try doing some Reddit topics that are kind of spoopy. So, get ready guys. We're going to go into Spooktober. That's right, Spooktober. Anyways, thanks again for joining me. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up, share with a friend, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, later kids.